All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between our visitors and the Tennessee Titans. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They go play action here on first down, escaping the pressure right. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. The intended receiver there was Jonnu Smith. And now it's second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll run it. Here's Cook, and he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. A first down throw for Mariota. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And they'll get him down up past the 50.
Take the ball away, or at worst, just keep them backed up there for your own offense. They actually used their aggressiveness against them on that one and hit them big.
Absolutely. Had him pinned on the 2. Not anymore. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to second and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Mayfield now on second down. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and all of a sudden here, it's third down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Now a play fake here on first down. To Barkley on the check down. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Here's Mayfield. Dancing to his left. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
It's Barkley on the counter. And an alley to run. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Mayfield looks to throw. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. From the gun, Mayfield. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This long drive continues here to start the second quarter, and they've got it here with a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
No.
They go play action. Mayfield eluding the pressure right. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Mayfield on 3rd and goal. Flush to his right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
And his kick here is good. And it's 3-0 here in the second quarter. Well, the drive started the shadow of their own goalpost all the way back at the 2. Pretty nice job of getting downfield and at least getting 3.
Agreed on that one. A real nice job because really their goal was to get out of the shadows of those goalposts to give themselves a little bit of room to help out their defense. Instead, they got 3 points out of it.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
First down, Mariota. Throw right side, caught by Davis. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Mariota on first down. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On second down, Cook. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Mariota from the gun on third down. Forced out to his left. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Following the interception, Mayfield. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equinemius St. Brown. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Second down, Mayfield. Throw left side, completion to Rice. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That goes for a gain of 31. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his first touchdown of the new season. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. Barkley will try to punch it in. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Steps away to his left. And it's caught. Touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Tennessee after this. Mariota now to throw on 1st down. Being chased out left. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really how they can hurt you. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. And a nice gain of 21 yards. First down, here's the run with Cook. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Again, this is Cook. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The Titans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They pitch it out to Cook. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And they're going to go for it here on the 4th down try. Mariota's going to stay out there. Mariota. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And as a result, possession switches hands. The 20, and he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Lucky 56. Detroit!
Mayfield on 1st down. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. That's caught at the 25. And give him a gain of 37.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
To throw, Mayfield. Buying time to his left. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Well, that 2nd down run a big help. The 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now. Play fake. Mayfield. And it's caught. Touchdown. In for the score. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. So we reach halftime, and what's been a fairly... We now proceed to the start of the 2nd half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the... ...25 and up to the 27-yard line. So here they come, the road team now getting the football first to start this 3rd quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
A 1st down throw for Mayfield. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Third and long for Mayfield. Dancing to his left. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And this one is right through. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And he spins free. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. A throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Handoff comes to Cook. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On 3rd down, Mariota. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. They'll run it now out of the gun. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mariota. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence,
it comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Forced out to his left. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Slips past him.
Where'd he go?
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. A big play that time on the catch and run. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Mariota now. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. He'll get it up. Out there, he does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Well, you don't have to stretch for this one. This is 4 down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the fourth quarter, but still, I think you can't be thinking 3 here.
No, if you do that, you might as well go ahead and fold up on this one, but I don't think they're built like that.
A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal. To throw, Mariota. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Sturgis for the extra point, and that cuts this lead down to 13. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Now, this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll start by running the option to the right. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Man open. It's St. Brown. He's got it. Back now here on EA Sports as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter. Looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you've got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked by Kevin Byard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line.
Now, that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Out of his end zone, Mariota. He's going to let this one go. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Here's a give to Barkley. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Detroit! Detroit!
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Von Bell up to make the tackle. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against him offensively. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it, and this one winds up no good.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Steps away to his left. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Second down, Mariota. Sliding out of the pocket. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you've got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Being chased out left. They'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. To throw is Mariota. Looking middle, and that's complete. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another 1st down. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Titans have made this a 1-score game. Sturgis adds the PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a 1-score, 6-point game. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run with Barkley. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. 23 yards on the tuck and run. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Now, this is caught inside the 15. That goes for a gain of 31.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal. Here's the option left. He can run for it, and he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. He lost 6 there on the first down play. 10 seconds to go. One last shot now for Mariota. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out.